Waters that inspire the imagination. The Mediterranean is a captivating place of surprising beauty, a romantic sea of castles, walls, and churches with evocative landscapes that tell a dazzling story from the ancient mills of Mykonos to the rugged coasts of Amalfi, home to millenary civilizations and cultures, with beautiful landscapes full of whitewashed houses and palaces that tell us their rich history and culture. Known for its cities and legendary customs, a journey through the Mediterranean is a walk through a history of stunning landscapes. Let's explore together and discover some of the most fascinating and extraordinary places of the Mediterranean. Cinque Terre, Italy. Cinque Terre, a jewel on the Ligurian coast of Italy, is a group of 5 villages where natural beauty and history intertwine in a dreamlike landscape. Nestled on steep cliffs that drop into the sea, its colorful villages look painted with the brushstrokes of an artist. Pastel-colored houses, historic churches, and hidden coves create a dreamlike scenery. Founded in the Middle Ages, these villages have withstood the test of time, maintaining their authentic essence and their connection to the sea. Today, this cultural and natural heritage is one of the most visited destinations in Italy, its narrow stone streets winding through terraced vineyards and ancient olive trees, leading to viewpoints offering spectacular views of the Mediterranean. Santorini, Greece. Santorini, the jewel of the Aegean, is a paradise sculpted by volcanoes, a masterpiece, a corner of the world where beauty reaches its highest expression. Its whitewashed houses cling to steep cliffs, contrasting with the intense blue of the sea that stretches to the horizon. The beauty of Santorini's geography is the result of one of the largest volcanic eruptions in history, which shaped the Minoan civilization around this beautiful place. The blue domes of its churches rise uniquely among the clouds while the stone-paved streets unfold like an enchanted labyrinth full of secrets and surprises, winding between viewpoints that offer breathtaking views. Chefchaouen, Morocco. The blue city of Morocco is a hidden treasure in the Rif Mountains, where beauty and history intertwine in a dreamlike landscape. A city with a magical atmosphere, where past and present blend in perfect harmony. Its cobblestone streets, adorned with whitewashed houses painted in intense shades of blue, pile up on the hillsides, creating a surreal landscape that looks painted by an artist, generating an ambience of serenity and mystery. The narrow alleys, decorated with flower pots and wrought iron lanterns, invite you to get lost in a labyrinth of charm. Founded as a refuge for Jews and Muslims fleeing the Spanish Inquisition, Chefchaouen preserves a rich historical and cultural heritage, possessing a multicultural legacy reflected in the city's architecture and customs. Dubrovnik, Croatia. Dubrovnik, the pearl of the Adriatic, is a city where history and the sea meet in an eternal dance. Founded in the 7th century, it was an ancient, prosperous maritime republic that rivaled Venice for dominance over the Adriatic waters. Its majestic stone walls, which have withstood centuries of history, surround an old town declared a World Heritage Site. The narrow cobblestone streets, lined with Gothic and Renaissance palaces, lead to squares where time seems to have stopped. The Adriatic Sea spreads out in a deep blue, reflecting the sky and bathing the city in golden light. At sunset, the terracotta rooftops fade into the horizon, creating a dreamlike atmosphere. Its palaces blend with its cobblestone streets, whispering stories of love and power. Sidi Bou Said, Tunisia. A charming Tunisian village on a hill, it is a poem in white and blue overlooking the Mediterranean. With its whitewashed houses and blue doors, this place evokes a magical serenity where every corner seems like a living painting. Founded in the 12th century, Sidi Bou Said has been a refuge for artists and poets drawn by its unparalleled beauty and bohemian atmosphere. The cobblestone alleys, its whitewashed houses adorned with blooming bougainvillea, its markets, and viewpoints offering panoramic views of the Mediterranean. Its rich history, imbued with Andalusian and Berber influences, is felt in every architectural detail and in the vibrant culture that fills its cafes and plazas. Marbella, Spain. Marbella, the jewel of the Costa del Sol, where luxury blends with history. Its golden sandy beaches and crystal-clear waters are a magnet for sun lovers. Its Phoenician and Roman origins are reflected in the streets of its old town, with narrow streets and white houses preserving Andalusian charm. The famous Golden Mile, with its mansions and luxury yachts, is a symbol of its glamour, dazzling with the luxury of Puerto Banús, where yachts and high-end boutiques define the exclusive lifestyle. Furthermore, Marbella has skillfully combined its rich Arab and Roman history with modernity, becoming one of the most exclusive tourist destinations in the world. However, what truly makes Marbella unique is its microclimate with more than 300 days of sunshine a year, creating a perpetual paradise. Bodrum, Turkey. Bodrum, the ancient Halicarnassus, is a place where the Aegean Sea meets history. The iconic castle of St. Peter dominates the skyline of this coastal city, a medieval castle built by the Knights of Rhodes that reminds us of its past as an important port city. The white sandy beaches and crystal-clear waters surrounding its bays invite relaxation and sun enjoyment. The narrow streets of the old town, filled with white houses, lead to ancient amphitheaters and ruins that whisper stories of warriors and philosophers. Founded in antiquity, Bodrum has witnessed civilizations that have left their mark on every corner. Antibes, France. Antibes, located on the French Riviera, between Nice and Cannes, stands out for its historic charm and Mediterranean coast. Founded by the Greeks as Antipolis in the 4th century BC, it was a prosperous trading city and later a Roman fortress. Its walled old town houses cobblestone alleys, markets, and the famous Picasso Museum, located in the Chateau Grimaldi, where the artist worked briefly. In the 19th century, it became a destination for the European elite, and today its harbor, Port Vauban, is one of the largest luxury yacht ports in the Mediterranean. The Fort Care, which once protected the city, offers impressive views. An interesting fact is that Antibes has more than 48 beaches along its 25 kilometers coastline. Polignano a Mare, Italy. Polignano a Mare, a charming coastal town in the Apulia region, in southern Italy, is known for its spectacular location on limestone cliffs rising above the Adriatic Sea. This picturesque place, with its network of narrow streets and white houses, has a history that dates back to the Greek and Roman eras, with remnants that can still be seen in the historic center. One of the main attractions is Lama Monachili Beach, a small cove surrounded by tall cliffs, famous for its crystal-clear waters and the perfect setting for cliff diving. Valletta, Malta. Valletta, the capital of Malta, is a historic and vibrant city located on a peninsula on the east coast of the island. Founded in 1566 by the Order of the Knights of St. John. After their victory in the Great Siege of 1565, Valletta is known as a city built by knights for knights. The city is a World Heritage Site and has over 320 monuments in an area of less than 1 square kilometer, making it one of the densest concentrations of historical heritage in the world. Valletta's Baroque architecture, with its fortresses, palaces, and cathedrals, is impressive, as are the views offered from the Upper Baracca Gardens. Additionally, it has a lively harbor full of cafes and restaurants. Its vibrant mix of history, culture, and modernity make Valletta the cultural heart of Malta. Essaouira, Morocco. Essaouira, the pearl of the Moroccan Atlantic, is a city where history and beauty meet in perfect harmony. Refounded in the 18th century on foundations dating back to the Phoenician era, Essaouira is a melting pot of cultures where Africans, Europeans, and Arabs left their mark. Its imposing walls, built to defend the city from pirates and foreign powers, enclose a labyrinthine medina of whitewashed houses and blue doors that reflect the sun and the ocean, and the fishing port. Bustling and full of life, it bears witness to the city's maritime past, with its fishing boats painted blue, up to the majestic sea rampart, an ancient fortress where cannons pointed toward the Atlantic. Essaouira is more than a city that breathes history. It is a journey through time. At sunset, the golden light of the sun bathes the city, creating a haven of peace where the past and present merge in perfect harmony. Kotor, Montenegro. Kotor, a hidden jewel, on the coasts of Montenegro, is a place where ancient history meets imposing natural beauty. Located on the southernmost fjord in Europe, Kotor rises surrounded by mountains, which are reflected in the crystal-clear waters of the bay, creating a dreamlike landscape. Founded in Roman times, the city has witnessed centuries of history, having been ruled by various civilizations, leaving a rich cultural heritage. Its old town, a labyrinth of cobblestone streets, its Romanesque cathedral, Venetian palaces, and narrow alleys are a testament to its glorious past. The medieval walls that protect it rise up to the mountains, offering panoramic views of the city and the Adriatic Sea. Cefalù, Italy. Cefalù, a charming coastal town. In Sicily, Italy is known for its unique blend of history, culture, and natural beauty. Its Norman past, marked by the conquest in the 11th century, left as a legacy the impressive 12th century cathedral with Byzantine mosaics and Romanesque architecture. Walking through its narrow cobblestone streets offers a glimpse of medieval architecture and local life with artisan boutiques and traditional restaurants. The Rock of Cefalù, a hill overlooking the town, houses archaeological remains and offers spectacular panoramic views. Cefalù is also famous for its golden beaches, such as Cefalù Beach, perfect for enjoying the Tyrrhenian Sea. As a curiosity, the cathedral and the rock have appeared in numerous films, highlighting their cinematic appeal. Chania, Crete. Chania, located on the northwest coast of Crete, is a city that blends Venetian and Ottoman influences with Greek culture. The old town, its Venetian harbor, and the stone lighthouse, dating back to the 16th century, are among the most picturesque in Greece. The narrow streets are filled with historic mansions, Byzantine churches, and traditional taverns. Places like the Archaeological Museum of Chania, housed in an old Venetian church, and the municipal market are must-stops to understand the history and local lifestyle. The nearby White Mountains offer hiking trails such as the famous Samaria Gorge. With its vibrant nightlife, crystal-clear water beaches, and a mix of history and natural beauty, Chania is one of Crete's most attractive destinations. Menton, France. Menton, on the French Riviera, near the border with Italy, is known as the Pearl of France for its mild climate and lush landscapes. Known since the 13th century, it was part of Monaco until 1861. Its architecture reflects Italian and French influences, with the old town full of steep alleys and colorful facades. The Basilica of St. Michael the Archangel and its sea views stand out among its attractions. The city is famous for its lemon cultivation, celebrated every year at the Lemon Festival, a unique event with sculptures made from citrus fruits. Menton has also been an inspiration for artists like Jean Cocteau, who left his mark on the decoration of the Bastion Museum. An interesting fact is that the city has one of the lowest rainfall rates in all of France. Paphos, Cyprus. Paphos, on the southwest coast of Cyprus, is a place where mythology and history meet in a setting of astonishing beauty, which is why Paphos is the only entire city declared a World Heritage Site. Known as the birthplace of Aphrodite, the goddess of love, Paphos is surrounded by golden beaches and crystal-clear waters. Its rich history is reflected in landmark sites such as the Tombs of the Kings, an extensive complex of underground tombs from the 4th century BC, and the mosaics of the House of Dionysus, considered among the most beautiful in the ancient world. Byzantine churches and Gothic cathedrals stand majestically, as does its medieval harbor that dominates the horizon. The streets of the old city hold remnants of the Roman era, with its fortress built over Byzantine ruins, making it a vibrant meeting point framed by the beauty of the Mediterranean. The Amalfi Coast, considered a jewel in southern Italy, its winding road offers stunning panoramic views, turning every trip into an unforgettable experience where nature, history, and culture merge in perfect harmony, making the Amalfi Coast a unique place among Italy's coasts. Its dramatic cliffs fall toward the sparkling Tyrrhenian Sea, bordered by picturesque towns that seem to hang from the sky. Founded by the Romans and flourishing as a powerful maritime republic in the Middle Ages, Amalfi is rich in history and culture, with urban planning clearly influenced by the East. As a result of having monopolized trade with the East in the Tyrrhenian Sea for several centuries. Iconic places like Positano, with its colorful cascading houses and churches. Ravello, with its infinite terrace, offers the best views of the Amalfi Coast. Satara, a fishing village anchored in time. Vietri-sur-Mer, considered the first pearl of the Amalfi Coast. Split, Croatia. Split, the pearl of the Adriatic, a World Heritage Site, rises majestically around the Palace of Diocletian, an ancient Roman residence turned medieval city. A city where millennial history and coastal beauty intertwine in perfect harmony. Founded by Emperor Diocletian in the 4th century, its monumental palace, now the heart of the city, is a labyrinth of cobbled streets that whisper tales of ancient empires. The Riva, its waterfront promenade, pulses with energy, while Marjan Hill offers panoramic views of the bay and nearby islands. What makes this city unique is its ability to combine the old and the new, a fusion of Roman heritage, natural landscapes, and contemporary culture, making Split an epic destination that fascinates all its visitors. Ise, France. A charming, medieval village perched high on a cliff on the French Riviera. It is a corner where time seems to have stopped. With views of the Mediterranean, Ise offers breathtaking panoramas where the deep blue of the sea meets the sky on the horizon. Founded by the Phoenicians and fortified by the Romans, Ise has a rich history marked by its strategic location. The village was fortified and played a crucial role in defending the region. Today, Ise is a popular tourist destination, attracting visitors with its charming old town, exotic gardens, its Baroque church at the top, and its spectacular views make it a village that seems taken from a fairy tale. Var, Croatia. Var, located on the Dalmatian coast of Croatia, is a charming town on the island of the same name, known for its vibrant nightlife, rich history, and stunning landscapes. Founded in Greek times and with a significant Venetian legacy, Var features an old town full of Renaissance palaces, cobblestone squares, and the impressive Cathedral of St. Stephen. The Fort of Var, with panoramic views of the Adriatic Sea, is a prominent tourist spot. The town is also famous for its lavender fields and vineyards, as well as its crystal-clear beaches, like Dubrovnik. Var combines history, culture, and natural beauty, attracting travelers seeking both relaxation and culture lovers. Cadax, Spain. Cadax, a gem of the Spanish Costa Brava, is a fishing village that captivates with its Mediterranean charm. Nestled in a sheltered bay, its white houses and cobblestone streets have witnessed centuries of history. Famous for inspiring artists like Salvador Dali, who had his residence in nearby Port Liget, Cadax has been a magnet for creatives and bohemians. The Church of Santa Maria, with its distinctive Baroque altar, dominates the village skyline. Visitors can enjoy pebble beaches like Playa Grande or explore hidden coves by boat. The local cuisine, rich in fresh fish and seafood, delights the most demanding palates. Interestingly, Cadax was isolated by land until 1928, when the first road was built, thus preserving its unique dialect and traditions. Lindos, Greece. Lindos, a picturesque village on the Greek island of Rhodes, is famous for its impressive combination of history, architecture, and beaches. Located on the east coast of the island, Lindos is known for its Acropolis, which stands majestically on a hill overlooking the Aegean Sea. This ancient citadel, dating back to the 4th century BC, houses Greek, Roman, and Byzantine temples and fortifications, including the Temple of Athena Lindia. The village of Lindos is a maze of narrow cobblestone streets, surrounded by traditional white houses with decorated courtyards. Throughout the year, the village attracts visitors looking to explore its rich history and enjoy golden sandy beaches like St. Paul's Bay. Ravenj, Croatia, located on the west coast of the Istrian Peninsula, Croatia. It is known for its picturesque old town with cobblestone streets and colorful houses clustered on a small peninsula. Founded by the Venetians, the Italian influence is reflected in its architecture and culture. The Baroque church of St. Euphemia, with its iconic bell tower, dominates the landscape and offers panoramic views of the Adriatic. Historically, Ravenj was an island until it joined the mainland in the 18th century. Today, it is a popular tourist destination, famous for its artistic atmosphere, galleries, and a harbor full of fishing boats. An interesting fact is that Ravenj is known for its sea sponge fishing, a tradition dating back centuries. Mykonos, Greece. Mykonos, a coastal paradise with its bay of crystal-clear turquoise waters, hosts a marina full of luxury yachts that contrast with its rugged coastline dotted with small coves. Called the Jewel of the Cyclades, it is an island where ancient history and contemporary beauty merge into a unique paradise. With its iconic white houses and blue domes shining under the sun, Mykonos offers a spectacular contrast with the deep blue of the Aegean Sea. Founded by the Ionians in ancient times, the island has witnessed millennia of civilizations that have left their mark on its narrow cobblestone streets and rich culture. Its iconic windmills, perched on a hilltop, witnesses of a maritime past, dominate the horizon. Its winding cobblestone streets, full of charm, lead to elegant boutiques and cosmopolitan cafes, where modern glamour blends with Greek tradition, making Mykonos a vibrant and cosmopolitan destination. Cassis, France. Cassis, a picturesque fishing village on the Mediterranean coast of France, is located in the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region, between Marseille and the city. Known for its stunning calanques, limestone cliffs that form small bays with turquoise waters, Cassis offers a spectacular coastal landscape. This charming place has a rich history dating back to Roman times, when it was an important trading port. Today, the old port remains the heart of the village, surrounded by colorful Provençal houses and restaurants serving fresh seafood. Beautiful beaches like Vestuin Beach and boat trips to the Calanques make Cassis one of the hidden treasures of the French Riviera. Corfu, Greece. Corfu, one of the greenest and most beautiful islands in Greece, is located in the Ionian Sea, northwest of the country, near the coast of Albania. With a rich and varied history spanning from ancient Greece to Venetian, British, and French occupation, Corfu is a destination that combines cultural heritage, natural landscapes, and spectacular beaches. The old town of Corfu, declared a World Heritage Site, is a maze of cobbled alleys, squares, and Venetian-style buildings. Among the most notable sites are the Old Fortress, the New Fortress, and the Palace of Chefchaouen, built by Empress Sisi of Austria, which is another point of interest with its neoclassical architecture and impressive gardens. Budva, Montenegro, one of the oldest cities on the Adriatic coast, with more than 2,500 years of history. According to legend, it was founded by Cadmus, a Phoenician prince exiled from Thebes, who arrived in the region along with his wife, Harmonia. This mythical founding highlights Budva's legendary past and rich heritage. The old town, with its Venetian walls and cobblestone streets, is a testament to centuries of Roman, Byzantine, and Venetian rule. The city is located on the central coast of Montenegro and is famous for its beaches like Jazz and Mogran, as well as its vibrant cultural life. Among its iconic sites are the Church of St. John and the Citadel, which offer panoramic views of the sea. Budva today is a tourist center that combines its history with a lively array of festivals, making it a standout destination in the Balkans. Nafplio, Greece. Located in the Peloponnese, Greece, it is a city with a rich historical past and architectural charm. Considered the first capital of the modern Greek state, between 1823 and 1834, Nafplio has witnessed important historical events. Founded according to mythology by Nauplios, son of Poseidon, the city has been under Byzantine, Venetian, and Ottoman rule, which is reflected in its fortresses such as Palamidai and Acronafplia. Culturally, Nafplio is a melting pot of Venetian and Ottoman influences, visible in its neoclassical buildings and picturesque squares. Geographically, it is located next to the Argolic Gulf, offering spectacular views and an attractive coastal atmosphere. An interesting curiosity is that the Bortzi, a fortress on a nearby islet, was once home to Venetian executioners, adding a mysterious touch to the city's history. The island of Corsica, France. Corsica, known as the Island of Beauty, is a Mediterranean Eden that dazzles with its natural beauty, where rugged mountains blend with golden beaches and crystal-clear waters, and where lush forests hide castles and secluded coves bathed in radiant sunlight. A unique place because of its fusion of French and Italian culture, visible in its language, cuisine, and traditions, creating a singular identity that captivates those who discover it. Its millennial history, marked by conquests and legends, as well as being the birthplace of Napoleon Bonaparte, is reflected in cities like Ajaccio and Bonifacio, the latter the jewel of the south, standing majestically on limestone cliffs that plunge into the turquoise sea, offering panoramic views of the water. Its medieval citadel, with its cobbled streets and granite houses, evokes legends of pirates and conquests. Antalya, Turkey. Antalya is one of the most popular and tourist cities in Turkey, located on the Mediterranean coast. Founded in the 2nd century BC by King Attalus II of Pergamon, the city is now a prominent destination thanks to its pebble beaches, imposing cliffs, and the charming old town of Kaliasai, with its cobblestone streets and Ottoman houses. The mix of historic and modern architecture includes Hadrian's Gate, a relic of the Roman era, and modern buildings alongside ancient walls. Antalya offers water activities like diving and sailing, as well as cuisine based on fresh seafood. The warm Mediterranean climate and rich Turkish culture attract millions of tourists every year,